Oh my God.
Jared Polin, Photo.com, and today, thanks to Fund a Photographer and Canon, I'm gonna change a young photographer's life by hooking them up with some gear that they might not have ever had. Now, a quick recap about Fund a Photographer. A few years ago, Canon had a bunch of extra gear that they needed to find a home for, and I told them about the idea where I wanted to help one of my high school teachers get a bunch of gear for the school because they cut his budgets, and Canon hooked us up. They sent us like 80 lenses and 80 bodies and then re-upped it to even more, but now we have a fresh batch of Fund a Photographer gear thanks to Canon. We've got everything from 1DX Mark IIIs, 5D Mark IVs, even EOS Rs because we've entered the mirrorless world, but even better, every lens you could imagine, and we're talking good lenses. Everything from an 8 to 15 millimeter all the way up to 800 millimeter 5.6s. And you can see behind me the stack of L big glass that is really good for shooting sports. On top of thanking Canon for hooking us up with all of this stuff and to allow us to help out so many photographers, I want to thank ThinkTank Photo as well as Prograde Digital. ThinkTank sent us a bunch of camera bags to get out to these kids, and Prograde hooked us up with not just SD cards, but also CF Express B cards for those 1DX Mark IIIs. So who are we helping out this time? Well, there's a young photographer by the name of Gresco who was brought to my attention by a ton of professional sports photographers here in Philly, and they're like, this kid is good and he's only in high school. So I looked at his stuff and I was like, oh yeah, this stuff is good. I want to help him with something that's going to really set him apart from everybody else. So I invited him here to the Fro Factory, and what you're about to see is him getting surprised with something cool. All right, so we have Gresco here. He is a young photographer, still in high school, but he is doing some incredible sports work that honestly, I think you're doing better work than some of the team photographers are doing in a lot of major league sports.
Thank you, I appreciate that. It's great to be here.
What got you into photography?
So originally I was playing soccer almost every day, and I was like, that was my love. But then I got injured, I broke my foot, and I was like, all right, well, I can't do anything right now, so why don't I learn something new? That new thing was graphic design, it wasn't photography. And then I kind of just learned stuff on YouTube doing that, and I was like, well, I mean, my high school has a photographer, but they're charging maybe like $5 for like photo. I'm like, I'm not paying for that, so why don't I start my own photography? So once I got my own camera after working all summer at my lifeguard job, I got that camera, and then I kind of just, from there, photography took off for me. And I kind of just enjoy that, and now I'm way better photographer than I am at graphic design.
That's cool. So you worked your ass off to get your gear. What'd you decide to get?
So my first camera was a Panasonic Lumix GH5. I started taking stills on it. I really couldn't do anything past like maybe 7 o'clock when it started getting dark, because I mean, it wasn't a great low light camera. So I was like, all right, so next summer I'm gonna work really hard, and I worked my ass off just to get a new camera. And that camera was my Canon R6, and I've loved it ever since. And I got another one too.
So you have 2 of them? And yes. What sports are you shooting here in Philly?
So I recently got to shadow Miles Kennedy, who's the team photographer of the Phillies. Great guy, I learned a lot from him. It was a great experience. And then I also, through the outlet of Area Sports Network, I got to shoot or photograph, and I still do the Philadelphia Union. All
right. And in high school, you're doing all the high school
yes.
stuff?
So I do, in the fall, I do a lot of football, I do a lot of soccer, basketball, and hockey. Hockey I like more than basketball just because it's a lot more energy, always something happening, so I enjoy that. And then in the spring, it's mainly lacrosse and baseball.
What's your dream sports lens?
I would have to say, and I know because every photographer in the pro uses it, it's just the 400 prime lens. But obviously right now I don't have the funds to do that, so it's just getting whatever I can, filling the frame with the lenses that I have.
You want to play a game?
Sure.
Coin flip? We're gonna do coin flips for stuff, but I got new coins made.
Ooh, it's nice.
Frono's photo coin. We got heads, we got tails. But we're gonna flip for something.
Okay.
There might be nothing in the boxes.
Okay.
We don't know what's in these boxes yet. I've got 2 of them. I gotta put it this way. You're not allowed to touch the boxes.
I will not touch the box.
Do not touch the boxes. This one's light.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so we have a heads box and a tails box. Which one do you want to be heads box and which do you want to be tails?
I will go heads box here.
We got heads box right here. We got tails box right here. We're gonna flip the coin.
Okay.
I'm gonna flip the coin. You have to say what heads or tails first before we flip, because we don't want that football incident where they got it wrong.
I go with heads.
Gonna go with heads. Gonna flip it. It's heads.
Whoa.
Okay. So heads means you're gonna get what's ever in this box.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, I believe so.
Here, let me get out my angle too. Okay. Open up the heads box.
Oh my God. Wow. It's the lens my dream lens.
Yeah.
Is it mine?
100% yours.
Wow.
To do whatever you want with.
Are you sure?
Just don't sell it.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't do that.
Yeah, what do you think? What's this gonna do for you?
Amazing. It's going to change everything.
What are you hoping to shoot with this?
Almost anything I can get my hands on. I mean, just maximize potential of the lens I just got.
You wanna see what's in the other box?
Sure, I guess.
What do you think's in this box?
I'm just going to take a guess. Maybe another one of these. I don't know.
Another 400?
I'm just taking a guess.
What do you think I am?
I mean, you are Jared Polin, so.
That is me.
Oh.
It's a 300. Which one do you like more?
I think the 400.
Nice. Do you want a 300 also?
Nah.
No? You sure?
I'm very sure. I can't have both of them. Like,
All right, if you don't want both, we'll give it to someone else.
that's dope.
Well, you want to take that out? Take a look?
Sure, yeah.
It's going to spin around because I have it unhooked. So pull it out from, it's all good.
Jeez. Should I take the
Here, I'll
lens
show you.
off?
I'll show you. So here's how we do it.
Because the
Yeah, you want to
the
lock
lens-
this in.
Yeah.
We pop this off, do this, then always do this, locks it in.
I did have a little experience when I was with Miles with this, but
Yeah, you know why you had a little experience
'Cause
with
you.
that? Yeah, because I left you one to play with. This is a version 2.
Okay.
So this is a 400 2.8 version 2. All you need is the adapter for it for your
Okay.
cameras, and it's gonna work perfectly.
Okay.
It's gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a fast focusing lens, even though it's a version 2.
Yeah.
It's like 10 years old. It's older than you, but it's not older than you. It changes everything. I never had a 400 2.8. I've never owned one myself when I was shooting actual sports before, having these for Frono's photo stuff.
Yeah.
But it's I mean, this is the real deal. Now you have 24 to 70, 70 to 200.
I got the Holy Trinity.
and a
Thank you so
400
much.
This is a little different than the normal Holy Trinity. To
Yeah,
have something
but I
like
mean,
that.
for the sports, this is what you want to have. You want to have the 400.
You almost dropped it off the table before we even started.
You want to have the 400. You want to have the 24 to 70, and you want to have the 70 to 200.
All right, I think you're good, man. Anything you want to say?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, man. Enjoy it. Get some
Will
good
do.
stuff.
I'll try. I can't thank Jared enough. The 400 2.8 has been an absolute gift. It's been amazing. It's changed the game for me, honestly. Like, it was the only thing that I was missing in my camera arsenal, and now that I have it, it's just, I've seen so much more improvement in my work. I've been able to capture emotion and action I just wouldn't be able to do with my 70-200 before. Covering high school games, the 400 is almost perfect. Having that compression and like having all the background blur at my disposal at the high school level, it sets my work apart because not many other people have the access to this gear, and I'm just super grateful that I do. But just being able to get stuff from midfield, I was never able to do that with my 70-200. Getting stuff in front of the goal where you can see where the player's looking, or like when someone's taking a shot on the cross, you can really see like the emotion on the face. And just like even the emotion from celebrations, you can really get close and like put the focus on what is happening, what's going on, and you get to tell the story a lot better. It's been super awesome. I don't know how else to say it. I'm super thankful for it. I just want to thank Jared so much for this lens. I really can't put it into words, but the lens is awesome. I've been able to capture so much new, so much awesome stuff this year,
it wouldn't be possible without the Fund a Photographer program. It's made my senior year a lot better. Thank you so much, Jared, and I hope you have a great day.